Yo, what is up guys, welcome back to the channel. This is actually going to be a really short video. It's not going to be very long. We're just going to be getting some new tires for the front for the 370Z. I'm currently running a 245/30/20 and I'm going to be going over to a 245/35/20. So I'm going to be going a size bigger on the sidewall just because I feel like right now it's way too skinny. So I feel like every single bump, just to make it a lot more comfortable, I guess. We'll see how it goes. The tires are also like running low on tread, which is another reason I actually want to go ahead and go to a bigger size. I'm gonna get some cash right now. We're gonna head over. We're gonna be heading over to AZ Tire Plug. I believe that's what it's called. They're local to Arizona. It was recommended to me by a lot of friends that they do stretches and things like that. So that's what I'm mainly looking for. Somebody that can take care of the wheels, won't curl rash them. And if you guys are looking for the same thing, I would highly recommend them. But I'll leave my overall review on them at the end of the video. So yeah, let's pick it up in a few minutes, and then once we get there, I'll show you guys exactly what it looks like. It is pretty small. See how big the sidewall is? It's a 30 right now. We're gonna be pretty much going over to a 35, so it should go a little bit higher, and that'll give me a little bit more clearance, and the car will look a little bit better in my opinion because the tire won't be so small. It looks really good, but I like how the back looks a little bit better. Has a lot more meat, as where the front, it looks a lot more skinnier. So we're gonna head out right now. These tires are also pretty much like kind of worn out a little bit on the side. I could feel that there's like not a lot of tread left compared to this side. This one still has a lot, but over here on this side it's like running down. So we're gonna go ahead and head over right now so we can put on the new tires and see how everything fits. There's a tire right there, it looks really bad. Alright guys, so today is a few days later. I had to record this later on just because I recorded the video a few days ago, but it started like raining and all the little crickets started making a bunch of noise in the background, so I couldn't use that footage. It was really bothering me. So here we are now, a few days, or actually 2 weeks later, after installing the tires. But after installing these front tires and getting the rears balanced, the car rides like amazing. I used to have this like wobble in the front, and also in the rear I would get a wobble after like about 60 miles per hour on the freeway, and it was bothering me like the entire time. And now the car rides amazing. Like, it's never driven this good before, and I think it has a lot to do with the people that were balancing my tires before. They weren't doing it correctly, and that's why I was always getting that wobble. But now it's completely gone. I had thought it had to do with like the spacers or something, or maybe the tires because they were used, but it's just because it wasn't balanced. But it looks super good. I think it looks a lot better. It fills up the wheel gap in the front, and it looks super sick, and it kind of matches the rear now with the thickness of the actual tire. Instead of being a 30, now it's a 35. But I will talk about the specs and everything on my wheels. I will be showing you guys pictures here below of when before I was wide body. I had perfect specs for the Z until I went wide body, so it's not as flush as it was before, but I can give you guys those specs in case you guys are interested, and this helps you guys out if you guys are interested in getting like perfect specs for your Z. Let me go ahead and show you the tires so you guys can see how it looks. They look a lot better, and as you guys saw from the previous clip, the tires were pretty much like done on one side. I had no more tread, it was completely gone. And that's a 35 sidewall, and then you can kind of see from right here at this angle as well that is a lot higher. And then when you look at it over here, it looks pretty much the same. And this is a 30, but because this is like a meteor tire, it does look a lot bigger, and it's also a Nito, so it is going to look bigger than the front, especially because that one's stretched. But for my wheel specs, if you want perfect specs for your stock body Z, these wheels are 20 times 11.5 in the rear with a -10 offset, and then you would have to run a 275 30/20. And then for the front, they are 20 times 10.5, and you have to run at least a 245 30/20 if you want it to be super flush fender to lip fitment. So if that's what you're looking for, those are the specs that I recommend. I'll also put it down here somewhere, that way you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. I'll drop down some pictures as well so you guys can see how it would look like before. Right now it looks good still, but I did have to add a pretty big spacer for the wide body kit, because with this wide body kit, it is 2 inches wider than stock. Now, because I did go with the bigger tire in the front, the tire is going to be a lot fatter on the sidewall, so it does hit now more when I'm airing out, but it still goes all the way down. So just be aware of that. If you do change your tire size and you're running like a stretch setup or a flush setup, there's a chance it might not fit depending on what you go with. I got super lucky that I did go all the way down, especially because I cut the inner part, because I used to have this like lip in here on the inside. That for sure would have caused a problem, and it most likely would have cracked the actual fender itself if I didn't cut that off. I do need to get my headlights re-cleared because I just cleaned them a few days ago. I left it out in the rain and it got ugly again, so I will have to redo that. And not sure if you guys noticed, but my bumper is messed up as well. Like the whole bottom part is just chewed up, and I have my other splitter rod at home, so I will most likely be doing something custom to this bumper, or I'll be getting something different. Like, it doesn't look bad, but it bothers me a lot that that front lip is going down like that. That's why I had my splitter before. Keep in mind these are 20s, so they're pretty big. I would recommend going with a 19-inch setup if you want to run a fat tire. Like with these, I pretty much like barely clear in the front. See how there's like almost no space, like it's almost hitting the back right there, and then the front right here. So it fills up the wheel gap, and it looks really good as well because it don't look super small, especially with the wide body kit, just completes it. And I do have the diffuser off for right now, just because I found out that the mounting plates that go up here are breaking off. So I went ahead and took it off. I'm gonna make some new ones. I'll be making a video on that as well, especially because I get so many questions on it. And then I'll be going over the diffuser, where you get it from, because I'm not even gonna lie, I think I had like 10 people ask me about the diffuser already, where I got it from, where they can purchase it from. I will be going over that in the next video for those of you that are interested, and then I'll show you guys how to mount it up differently. All right, so let me go ahead and air out the Z so you guys can see how it actually looks. So there you guys go, that's what it looks aired out. So like that, looks really clean. It's pretty much the same as it was before when it comes to the fitment to lip in the front. Rear, of course, is the same as well because I didn't change anything except get the wheels balanced. The only difference that you guys might not even be able to notice is that the car no longer pretty much sits on the floor like it used to. So if you guys can see at an angle right here how there's a gap, I didn't really have a gap before, and especially right here, this used to sit on the floor pretty much. And that's of course because I'm running a little bit of a bigger tire or sidewall, so it is going to make it go a little bit higher. So just keep that in mind as well. And I already knew this actually when I was doing this, that it was going to be a little bit higher, but I honestly didn't mind because I wanted to have more tire on the actual wheel in order to be able to protect it and for it to ride a little bit better. And honestly, it feels 100 times better. Like, I actually want to drive the car faster than what I was before. If you guys are wondering what tires I had before, they used to be Aceleras, and they were 275/30 and they were 245/30 in the front. So just in case you guys are wondering, it depends on the tire that you go with as well, if it's going to stretch well. But usually the shop that you're going to should be able to tell you, or you can do your own research and buy them yourself and have a shop install them for you. Updates right now, if you guys saw the previous video that I just uploaded, I did finish up the rear panels for the 370Z. I dropped off the bumper so it can get painted and everything. So once I get that, then I'll go ahead and install those panels, and then I'll install the bumper. And after that, I'll go ahead and do the diffuser on the 370Z. I know I get a lot of questions on the diffuser, more than I actually expected. I'll do a few cinematics of the 370Z right now of it driving around. That way I can go ahead and see how it looks. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.